Okay, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmate. This is the continuation thesis report, the introduction and argument and debate, or the element of persuasion. In the introduction, everything said in the introduction and any personal tone, attitude, and bearing that the debater may adopt calculated to make the audience favorably disposed toward the speaker and his cause are largely elements of persuasion. They are designed to create the will to believe. So the introduction isn't just about stating your topic. It is a psychological tool. Every word, tone, and gesture is calculated to make the audience like you and want to believe you. Next, the idiom. According to Aristotle, the idiom is an approach to the audience. It refers to the opening remarks after the salutation, intended to arouse the interest of the audience in the problem under discussion and their favorable disposition towards the speaker, according to Cicero. As we have seen, the function of the introduction and Cicero's introduction corresponds to the modern exordium is to render the hearers attentive, well-disposed, and willing to be influenced or to be led, render auditoris attentus, benevolus vide celis. So it means, on siya, we look to the master of rhetoric, Aristotle, called the exordium the approach. Cicero gave us the three goals: make them pay attention, make them like you, and make them open to your ideas. You cannot just abruptly start the debate. You must build an emotional bridge first. Or they say, attentive, benevolent, docile, to make the audience attentive, well-disposed, and teachable. Next, an abrupt presentation of the question to discuss does not produce the effect desired. There is always necessity in the beginning for some emotional approach that will establish a link of sympathetic understanding between the speaker and his audience, to create a favorable emotional reaction, to establish emotional harmony between the debater and the hearers. This is essentially the function of the exordium. The following is an example of an exordium from Speech to Diverse by Representative Gregorio Anonas against women's suffrage on the floor of the House of Representatives on October 14, 1931. The art of argumentation and debate. Mr. Speaker and gentlemen of the House, as I rise before you this morning to speak the measure that now engages our attention, my heart is overwhelmed with deep emotions, fearing that my opposition to women suffrage at this time might be interpreted as a repudiation of everything that Filipino women stands for. I wish to assure you and the women of my country that my opposition to bill is prompted by no other motive than to see our womanhood forever enthroned in the heart of mankind. In my heart, there has firmly been established a sacred kingdom to which I have taken the solemn oath of allegiance. In my mind, there has firmly taken root a beautiful ideal to the consecration of which I pledge myself. That kingdom is the shrine where the average Filipino woman rules, and that ideal is in my reverence of Filipino womanhood. So, if you attack a topic too fast, you lose the crowd. In the text, Representative Anonas had to speak against women voting rights. To avoid being hated, he used this exordium to swear his solemn allegiance to Filipino women, creating emotional harmony before delivering a hard truth. Next, B. Personal attitude and bearing. In the chapter on persuasion, we expounded the role that women emotions play in argumentation. Students of argumentation and debate will do well to remember the qualities that a speaker must possess to secure maximum persuasion. So, when your name is called, you have a free gift, their attention, but you can lose it in seconds. The text describes a scene where if a speaker is boring or rude, ladies start fanning themselves and men start reading newspapers. Today, they will check their phones. You must maintain the command of the room. In the introduction of a debate speech, the speaker makes their first impression, and this strongly affects persuasion. The audience is naturally curious at first, so they give full attention. However, this attention can be lost quickly if the speaker shows rudeness, arrogance, unfairness, or self-conceit. To maintain the audience interest and to secure maximum persuasion, the speaker must show the right personal attitude and bearing especially in the introduction. So, when your name is called, you have a free gift, their attention, but you can lose it in seconds. The text describes a scene where if a speaker is boring or rude, ladies start fanning themselves and men start reading newspapers. Today, they will check their phones. You must maintain the command of the room. Next, a debater must be, first, calmness. The speaker must be self-controlled, composed, and confident. Calmness is not the same as being cold or emotionless. A calm speaker can still be energetic and enthusiastic. 2. Politeness and courtesy. These qualities create sympathy and goodwill. They help build a positive emotional connection with the audience. Case study introduction. Topic: resolve that the ideology of communism be taught in the Philippine secondary schools and colleges. The structure: first, exordium, appeals to democracy and God and vigilance. Narration defines the threat, communism, and the terms. Proposition, the specific statement being debated. Issues, the 3K questions. Partition, the roadmap of the argument. So, let's look at how this works in practice. We will analyze a simple speech regarding the technique of communism in schools. Watch how the speaker moves from emotion to logic. Next, breakdown of the sample, part 1. The exordium. Tonight we are assembled under the auspices of democracy. Free men, marshalling all their forces. Purpose, our uses fear of the ominous shadow and pride in freedom. The narration defines communism, class hatred, atheism. Clarifies, teach to enlighten, not to indoctrinate. So, the speaker starts with high ideals, democracy, and God to get the audience on his side. Then, he clearly defines what he is talking about so there is no confusion. 2. Breakdown of the sample. The issues questions. Number 1. Is it necessary? Number 2. Well, it defines the body politic. Number 3. Is the government capable of doing it? The partition roadmap. The speaker outlines exactly what they will prove, including a point about US aid. So, finally, the speakers lay out the issues. These are the questions the debate will answer. He ends with the partition, which is like a table of contents for the rest of his speech, telling the audience exactly where he is going. In conclusion, the introduction is the gateway to persuasion. Success requires a mix of emotional connection or exordium and Personal characters, which is the attitude.